Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads. And Robert's asked me to do a training for what I heard was new agents. So I'm going to kind of, come from the position you're new to our system and, what you need to do to use this. And also probably that you are new to the industry. So I don't know, you can put it in the chat panel if you want and tell me like how long you've been an agent. Oh, here's Robert, it's coming in now. But we'll kind of get started from that perspective, right? You're new to listings to leads. Perhaps you're a new agent. If you've been in it for a while, if you've been in the industry for a while and you want to put it in a chat panel, just let me know. Robert, I noticed that you logged in. I don't know if you wanted to say anything before I get started.
Nope, I think we talked a little bit on what the subject matter is, so I think you're good to go.
Okie dokie. Yeah, Blair just told me he's been in it for quite a while. So, but even so, what we'll cover here, it's definitely I want to gear it to newer agents, and certainly people who are new to our platform. But I also want to, make it kind of obvious that, the market changes, and obviously in the past, couple of years here, the market has changed dramatically all over the country. And often for realtors who have been in the business for years, they are kind of recognizing that things are changing for them. And so it's smart to kind of learn what we're doing because we're a little bit, I don't know, I don't know if I want to say cutting edge, but we definitely know what's going on the internet and with lead capture at this point in real estate. So let's talk about listings to leads. We've been here for 13 years. We have a number of tools to help agents. If you have listings, we have a number of tools to help agents if you don't have listings. So I'm going to mute people as they come in here. So I might sound a little distracted as from time to time, but that'll mellow out. And so whether you have listings or not, we've got tools to help you. All right. And so when we log into the account, you should each have your own account. These are kinds of the areas where you're going to be wanting to think about listings to leads. All right. And that's listing marketing. And you can market a listing whether you have your own listing or even if you don't have your own listing. We have ad software. So we have ad software from Facebook and from Instagram and Google built in. So you're able to run ads on those platforms in one click and get a lot of leads this way. We have a number of PDF guides. And PDF guides are written in-house. They're branded to you. So if you're the agent, you're on every page of every PDF guide. And it's got your office branding and things like that. There's also a section here which says social, right? And social means it's content that we've created that you want to turn on. This is a kind of a set and forget area here. And one of the things that we can do here is, kind of say, choose your social media networks, tell us the frequency you want us to market, and then tell us all the topics that you want us to do. So we're going to come back here and look at this in a minute. We're going to look at everything, but I just want to show you very quickly right up front what is under the hood here. There's also a whole landing page section, okay? And hold on a second, guys. I got another person I got to mute here. On the landing page section, we want to make sure, let's say, I'm not sure who that is, that that you have unlimited landing pages, okay? And everybody, I'm not sure who, I can't find it right now, but somebody, it might be Robbie Hitt, is not muted. So if you could mute yourself, that would be awesome so that we're not listening to your phone or whatever that is that you're playing around. Landing pages are very simple websites. We give you 3: free home values, down payer assistance, new construction, but you probably are building your business in multiple areas. So you want to be creating these landing pages. Madeline, okay. For all the areas where you want business. So we're going to dive into that too. And then the last section that we just added is client reviews. And this is if you have reviews, we'll talk about that. It's not really in the realm of lead gen, but it's some new feature that we have. So those are all the kinds of things you can do. And a lot of those things have to do with listings, but I think you can see the bulk of them do not have anything to do with listings. All right. So before we get into how all this stuff works, I want to give you some resources because we've only got an hour here. This is being recorded. I'm going to send this recording to Robert. But you're going to forget most of what I say. Right. And so you need to know where can you go after the fact to get help to learn how to understand what's going on. And a great place we have is our mastermind group. It is a private group on Facebook. If you are not in it, you will not be able to find it. So you'll want to make sure that, you're in it. And so what I'm going to do, let's see right here. I'm going to get a link from Facebook, and I am going to copy it and I'm going to send it to everybody on this chat right here. So there should be a link in the chat panel in this little Zoom platform. And if you're not on the call and you're watching this as a recording, just go over to the support page in your account. Let's see if that's here. Down on the bottom left here is support. You can ask them to get you in the group and they'll get you in the mastermind group. You definitely want to be in there. This is where we are talking about the new technology that's coming on, and we're pushing new technology almost every week or two. There's something new here to help you get more business. So, and then also like there's just things coming in from our clients and they're saying, hey, this is what I'm doing and this is how I'm using it. So if you want to understand how to leverage our platform, I would by all means get in this group and just scan it. You scan it every once in a while, once a week. Another great resource is on leadgenwebinars.com. And I'm going to send this to everybody as well right now. This is, okay, who do I need to mute now? Sorry, guys, but I've got this great background noise of somebody clanking around. So let me just interrupt us all. And let me fix that. Chris. Awesome. This is where we do live training. Okay. I do a class every other week on Facebook and Google ads. You should probably be running ads on Facebook and Google. We're going to get into that today. Getting started. This is for brand new clients. What do you do? How do you turn everything on? And what can this platform do? That's what I do every 2 weeks, getting started. My partner, Scott, is doing how to make $250,000 in real estate. This is a 8-part series. It's awesome. And it's a very holistic look at marketing as a real estate agent. And of course, where can listings leads help you in those pieces, in those parts? And then top tools to get more listings. So there are agents on this call right now that have been in the business for years, and I'm pretty sure they want more listings. And even if you've been in the business for 20 years or 6 months, you probably are going to realize that having listings is definitely the way to go to help your business grow. So this class here, top tools to get more listings, it's going to be talking about the top ways to get listings. So I would recommend that you join us for this class. Let me make sure. I think I sent this, but I'm talking and I'm muting and all that. Let's see here. Yeah, no, I didn't send. So I just sent right now the link to join the Facebook Mastermind class. That link will be active for 2 days. So if you want to use it now, that would be smart. I also just sent you leadgenwebinars.com, which is where you can sign up for all these great classes. And the last link I'm going to send you is this page. This is our YouTube channel. And I just showed you where we do the live classes. Well, your schedule may not work with our training schedule, right? That's understandable. You're busy people. So we record every class that we do, and we put them right here on our YouTube channel. And so I'm just going to kind of point out what's here. The top row are, I think, reviews. So what are other agents and offices talking about when regard to us? The next one is Did You Know? And I actually really recommend checking out Did You Know, because there's so many things that we do. And this is like quick calls about, hey, you can do this, right? And here's something you didn't think of. Then there's current webinars, and the webinars are the ones that I just talked about that are on lead gen webinars. So if you don't have time to jump on our live classes, they're all recorded here. And you'll see here, I've got top tools to get more listings. We got get started. There's another get started. Here's Facebook ads, and here's top tools to get more listings. So, we're repeating these. It is worth your while to watch a couple of versions of these classes, because while I might sound like a robot, I don't exactly say the same thing every time I get online, and things are happening. Things are changing. People are asking me what's, about questions that are reflected in today's market. And I share that information back to our clientele. And so if you want to hear what's happening, it's a great way to sort of keep your finger on the pulse of what's working, what's not working. So those are all the resources for you, right? leadgenwebinars.com, our mastermind group. I'll leave these open. We may come out and back to them a little bit later. You should have an ID and password to log in. You log in up here at the right. You don't need to start a free trial because your office has a team account with us. So when you get in, oh, great. You will have a profile. And I'm going to go here to the agent section, and I see here is Adam. So when you log in, you're going to come here, and I want to talk a little bit about what you need to do to set up, okay? So if you're coming in the first time, you want to turn things on, that's what we're about to do. First right here is auto posting. It's in your profile, right? So your profile is down here at the bottom left. And when you get in, come to auto posting and connect these social media accounts: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, okay? And when you've done that, these green buttons will say on. Your business page for Facebook should be highlighted in a green button right here, and then save and make sure you're safe. So now we're connected there. And then on preferences listing, this is already filled out. This is telling you, this is what the language is going to look like when we do automatic posting for you. I'll show you what these tools look like, but this is something that you definitely want to turn on. You'll also have something here that says seller leads. This is where we automatically post home valuation landing pages to your social media accounts. Because of the login that I have now, I can't show you that we also automate down payer assistance and new construction landing pages. So these are going out for free on your social media networks. These landing pages can actually capture leads. So I recommend turning that on right away, first thing first, right? And then here is a section that says preferences. And I want to make sure, just in case anybody is, there's a couple things here that are important, right? And one is, if you have reviews on Zillow, check the box here, and we're going to start sweeping them automatically and put them on your tools. The other, and the way that we set it up, is you might come to this section that says listing lead gen forms, and you might see this button that says make phone fields required. This means that anytime there's a lead captured, there's got to be a phone number. And that might make a lot of sense to you, right? I don't want to lead without a phone number. But if you actually check that box, you're going to find that you get practically 0 leads. People don't want to type in their phone number on the internet. And I'm going to tell you how to get leads with name, email, and phone number, but it is not by checking this box, okay? So it should not be checked in your accounts. If you happen to stumble on it, do not check it. I don't recommend that at all. Like I said, we've been doing this for 13 years. I'm going to tell you how to get leads with phone numbers, and it is not through that by checking that box. So another really cool thing down here is this is a signature that you can copy and paste and build into your emails. And the nice thing about it is it's going to have lead gen links that will drive to your account, right? So all kinds of ways of capturing leads just in your signature. So that's the profile setup. That's what you set up on profile. The other section you need to go set up is social. And so social is up here. And this is something that you definitely want to turn on. And while we're still looking at it, waiting for social, I didn't mention it, but CRM integration is right here. That's where you connect your CRMs. And you definitely want to do that, because if you start using our platform, you're going to end up with a lot of leads. And if you don't have a follow-up system for leads, there's really not much of a point of you generating leads. Okay. So capturing leads is awesome. You might be very surprised by how many leads you're going to capture here, but you actually don't earn money until you convert them into a contract. And you're going to need some kind of CRM or a follow-up plan to do that. So let's see here. I see you've got somebody new on the call that is not muted.
What happened?
Yeah. Ask to mute. Give me a second, guys. I just got to stop this.
It's okay. It's not working on this computer. I'm just going to go on the other one.
Hey, is that Jennifer that's talking to us? If everybody can mute themselves, that would be awesome. So we're back on the social page. Here's what it's going to look like when you get here. It's going to say connect to your social media accounts. So you connect, you just click this button and it will offer ways for you to connect to Facebook, to Instagram, and to LinkedIn. Then it's going to say, how often do you want us to post? And you can choose your days. It could be every day, it could be one day a week. And then it says topics. And this is a very important piece right here. Now, when we started this, and this has been around for a while, we have all this great content. You can click these eyeballs, which means you can see all the articles that we've written. You can even click in here and look at them. But honestly, this is for people who just don't sleep. And I know there are realtors like that. My recommendation to you is to click the buttons on the previous page. We're going to go back to it on the topics that you want, right? If it's kitchen design, if it's outdoor living, is it landscape, is it maintenance? There's more than, I think, 50 different topics on this page. Just click the button. Let's see.
I just can't get it to come through the sound bar right now.
There we go. So choose your topic. You just click this button right here, and that's going to turn it on. But here is what's most important for all of you. Turn on both of these. All right. It says PDF guides for sellers and PDF guides for buyers. We have 80 PDF guides already written and branded to every one of you. When you click these two buttons, we are based on your schedule that you chose on the previous page, we are going to auto post these PDF guides to your social media accounts. And when we do, let's click on this one here and we'll just kind of look at it real quickly. When we do, we're going to, so you see here, it kind of looks like this, it shows you what it's written. When they click on this, we're going to drop people on a landing page where they have to give you their contact information before they can download the report. So this is kind of a free service. You turn it on, you set it and forget it, and it's going to start showing up on your social media networks. And there's a lot of great valuable information for both buyers and sellers. And so with this, they can download it. It'll be a resource for them. And you can then capture leads, right? Automatically. So I definitely recommend that you go to social, you connect your social media accounts, you turn on all the topics that are relevant to you, and turn on definitely both of those PDF guides. I didn't mention it, but if you're targeting a Spanish-speaking market, we also have these PDF guides in Spanish and in English. So let's go up here to the next tab, which is PDF guides. And I want to speak to this because, again, if you don't have listings, you might not have a lot of resources, right, for you to get out there and talk to people. And PDF guides can be very awesome for you, right? Because like I said, whether you want to talk to buyers, there's 40 PDF guides, right? If you want to talk to sellers, there's another 40 PDF guides. And if you click on this button here, that's kind of like an arrow, you can download that, again, in English or in Spanish, right? You can download a postcard or a door hanger if you want to like send it over to a printer and get this out into the market. Those options are there for you. If you click this green button, you can run a Facebook or Instagram ad. What I showed you on the social pages, we're going to automatically push it to your social media pages. But what if you just want to run an ad so that, you know, everybody within 15 miles of Phoenix sees this? Well, you just click that button. Here is social media post. And yeah, you can do this by hand, but I did mention just on the social page, we can do it for you automatically. So it's your choice. If you want to do it by hand, this is how you do it by hand. If you want us to do it automatically for you, you know, you can turn that on the social page, right? And then I'll just point this out that every one of these has a landing page. And this landing page, you got to give us your information. You want to download that, you got to give us your information. And so when we're auto posting to social media, we're putting this in between. There's going to be a nice write-up, there's going to be a nice picture. They click on it, they're going to land here. And so again, this is about free lead capture for either buyers or sellers. All right. There's a lot of topics here. I would turn on the automation. That's just my recommendation. So then we've got ads here. I want to jump and I want to skip ads and I want to go to listings, because listings, it's important, right? Everybody's going to get listings. And even if you don't have listings, you should go here to this button, and you might be able to borrow listings from a colleague in the office. And in that case, just go to add listing and click on grab listing. And then you'll drop in the zip code and the MLS ID, and then it will go out. I'm sorry, it won't go out. It'll be dropped here on this page. And then I'm going to show you all the tools that sort of happen. What all of you should do, like as soon as we get off this call, is go to this listings page and click on this button that says create a listing presentation. This is our listing presentation. I'm pretty sure you have your own already. You're a great company. You've been there for years. I'm pretty sure Robert's got something solid for you. But you should have this in your hands as well if you are in somebody's home, because this is going to show all the ways that listings to leads is going to be helping you sell their home. And, you know, frankly, it's pretty hard to compete against this document. It's about 28 pages long. It lists everything that we're doing. It doesn't mention listings to leads. It's got you, the agent, and your logo on every page, right? It doesn't say listings to leads is, you know, what I'm doing or whatever. No, it's saying this is what I'm doing to get your home sold. So I would incorporate this in whatever listing presentation you've got. And you can get that listing presentation by clicking this button that says create listing presentation. It is on the listings page. Okay. Now your listings, whether they're your listings or you're borrowing them, are going to end up right here. Right. And so let's click on market listing and look at what's available.
Hey, buddy.
There he is, man. How's it going?
Good. What's going on?
Anyway,
Question, Vincent.
yes.
So if I have a listing appointment actually at 1:30, so
Yeah.
do I just key in the address? It won't be in here yet because it's not a listing yet. So I have to key it in.
Yeah. So and so if you have a listing appointment and you're trying to close that listing, I would do two things. I would download that listing presentation. I would also come here where it says manual, and I would type in the basics, right? It's just a few fields. We're not like the MLS. And maybe get your smartphone and take a picture of the front of the house and pop it in there. And that's going to show that homeowner what your tools are going to look like.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. And when you notice that here, there are all these statuses. This one is coming soon. There is a status in there right here that says listing presentation. So we won't be auto posting it all over the internet, because that should be obviously an actual listing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So once it's in there, this is what you're going to show them. And let's just click into this property and let's look at it. So you can download this checklist, but really that checklist over here in the right is just a kind of a rediscussion of this. And so the first thing you can do And I want to point out there's a whole lot of tools here, right? These are all created automatically. And we rank them in terms of how many leads you get, meaning the ones at the top are the most effective. So to run an ad on Facebook is literally the fastest, cheapest, and easiest way to get buyer leads right now. Okay. And all you have to do is click on Facebook and Instagram and click create ad. And these leads are going to come back with name, email, and phone number. Okay. We're using what's called Facebook lead forms. This is the way you get phone numbers. Now, I didn't mention it, but the first step is going to be connect to your Facebook business page. And as you can see, Heather has connected to her Facebook business page. So it's going to be super easy, right? It's going to be a $35 ad. It's going to run for 7 days. And the way you do that is you click right here. Now, I do want to point out, there are more super cool things you can think about when regarding to running Facebook ads, but we don't have that much time today. And that's why you want to come and check out our Facebook and Google class. And you probably want to see a few of those to really understand all the things you can do with this. I will say this is dynamically being pulled from the listing. And as you can see, it's pretty minimal, right? It's not like a bunch of details here. You don't want to give all the details, otherwise people have no reason to ask for more information. But one thing you might want to say is like, create schools. If you don't see it here, you can just click right there, type in, and then create the ad, and that's going to show up on the ad. Okay. Then there's social media posts. Now, a social media post is different from an ad. An ad you're paying for, and a post, it's just something you're sharing, right? And so this was actually auto posted to Twitter, and I'll click on Twitter here. And this is going to show us what it actually looks like, right? And so it says open house in Gilbert, right? And this is Twitter, so it's got a kind of a minimal kind of look. But if somebody's like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, well, what is that? It drives them to this, we call it a listing landing page. And if anybody clicks on that blue button that says continue with Facebook, we're going to grab their name and email and deliver it straight to the agent, right? You'll also see that you have text code. So if somebody texts this number to this number, they're going to get a mobile optimized website on their phone. You are going to know what address they're looking at, and you're also going to have their phone number. So I definitely recommend that you're leveraging our text numbers. And in this case, this is automatically going out to Twitter, but it does also automatically go out to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So I would definitely turn on social media posts. And that was the first thing I showed you on your profile, right? So that's what that's about. There's also share on your seller social media. This is very important if you like leads from your current clients, right? So imagine that I am the homeowner, and Heather gets this tool in her email, and it says, hey, and she emails it to me. And then she calls me for 5 seconds and says, hey, Vince, would you, we got your listing in the MLS and we're doing all kinds of things. Would you put this on your Facebook page? More people will see it. As many people can see it, we can get you the best, offers as we can. And this is what you're asking your client to do. You want to talk to them about this in the listing presentation, so they're not surprised with this. There's a couple of values for this, right? Our home is for sale. And now I am telling all my friends and family that you are my realtor, right? And that's the closest you're going to get to like a referral, right? So imagine here, we got our home that's for sale. When we have an open house, we're going to email you another tool. You should send that to your homeowner. Say, hey, would you put that on? We want more people in that open house, right? And then when the home is sold, there's going to be another tool. Let's go look at your listings and see if there is actually a tool, if you've got a home that's sold. And just as an aside, early stage advertising for homes that are coming soon, open house or active or just listed, our call to actions are to get buyers, right? The home is for sale. We want buyers. But when a home is sold, we don't need buyers anymore, right? That's kind of obvious. So everything we write is now designed to get sellers. So I don't know if Maria Elena used this, but we emailed this tool to her automatically, and she should take it and forward it to her client and call them for just 5 seconds to say, hey, I just, well, one, you just sold their house, right? It shouldn't be a heavy lift to say, hey, would you mind sharing this? We just want to announce that we sold your home, right? And here's what it says. Our home is sold and we want to recommend the Fulton Rizzo team at Hunt, right? Here is their phone number and email address, or just click below, right? So what happens if we click below? We drive them to the single property website for this home that's already sold, which is cool. We've got a lead capture here. What is your home worth? We've got their Zillow reviews. And when the call to action comes up, it's offering them a free home value. So that's kind of the point. Sold advertising gets you more listings. It's crazy making. I talk to realtors all the time and they're like, hey, I don't have anything to market here, right? Because I sold all my homes. It's like, well, do you want more listings? Because if you sell more homes, if you market your listing, you're gonna get more listings. I also want to point out, you remember those PDF guides I was showing you? They're right here. So if somebody wants to, is thinking about selling their home, they can download this, and there's a PDF guide. Let's just click this and make sure that this is going to happen. Do I own a home? Yeah. So this is the kind of questions we're going to get. Do I need to sell it? Yes. I actually am not going to go through this, because once I click that, they're going to have my name and email, and then I'm going to have the Fulton Rizzo team blown up my phone. And right now we got to talk. So anyway, that's what things look like. And don't forget, this is something that is not a paid ad. This is something that your client's putting out there, and it just stays there forever. And our clients are often surprised that they're getting listing leads. Our clients, meaning agents like you, are getting listing leads months later from this. And they're getting them from the friends and family and colleagues of their current clients, right? These are pretty high quality leads. So anyway, that's part of just our normal listing marketing, right? There's another tool here that's called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. This is the #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts, okay? So I want to be clear what I'm saying here. I keep going back to this page, and there's a video that I do that says top tools to get more listings. Over here, I did it again 4 weeks ago, top tools to get more listings. What do you think is at the top of that list? It is this tool. So when I do that class, I tell you all the ways to get listings, right? There's a lot of ways to get listing leads with our platform, but not all leads are the same, okay? Meaning not all leads have the same quality. So whoever just got on the call, if you can mute yourself, that would be awesome. Please, thank you. This is a single piece of paper, guys. This is not artificial intelligence. It's not whatever cool stuff there is. It is a piece of paper that says, I sold a home in your neighborhood. And you can go over here and go find out about it. You can take this piece of paper out of the envelope to your own computer in your own house and go find out about it, okay? But what's important to this piece of paper is it always says, when this home is sold, it's going to affect your home value, and go to this website to get your free home value. So let's imagine, that's weird. That's weird. That's really weird. Sorry, that should not be happening. That should actually be driving to their listing landing page. I think they customized something there and broke it. But this should have their, CEO. I wonder if that's our problem. I'm gonna, give me a second here. I just want to take a picture of this, guys, because that looks like an error. And I don't know if it was the agent that went and customized something or if it was our system. That should have your username in it, that CEO. I don't know why that has that there, but I just need to take a picture because I'm going to go look at this after our call, after this call. So let's see here. I see I do see some questions coming up, and guys, if you want, oh, you're just chatting with yourself. Is the listing presentation customizable? Yeah, if you guys have questions, just unmute yourself because I'm not looking at this. The PDF guides often go overlooked because of the great lead gen, but they are great, especially download. Yeah, and a lot of people, yeah, you can download them. The listing presentation can be customized in Canva, but you have to know how to use Canva. I think there are some other software programs like Photo something that will do that. Well, I'm trying to get it to where we give it to you in a PDF, not in a PDF, but in a list. What is it? Is it PDF? In a PowerPoint presentation so that you can then easily customize it. But we're not there yet. We've got just a ton of things that we're doing. So that's a nearby homeowner letter. If you're an agent with hundreds or thousands of leads in your CRM, this is an electronic version of the same tool. All right. And you can use this whether it's, in this case, it's sold. You can use this when it's open. You should use it when it's open house. And you should use it when it's just listed. You should, and a lot of our clients, I'm gonna jump out of this one because we kind of were looking at something, and I want to go back to a home that's for sale. A lot of people will use the tool that I'm showing you, and they'll use it, that letter, meaning that listing letter, they'll use it twice per listing. And these are people who want more listings. Okay, so if you're somebody who wants more listings, choose any three of these versions. Our clients will mail this out into their market twice per listing. They'll do it once when it's just listed, and then they'll do it again when it's just sold. And that is definitely broken. See, or I'm looking at that. That URL should not be like that. So I will look at that later. Okay, so we know we've got a letter that this is the top tool to get more listings. The e-flyer for your database is the electronic version. We do create single property websites, and we do create virtual tours. Now, I don't know this, I've asked this before, but you can share these things. I think also ERA has and Robert, you guys used to have something called Dash, which you could actually drop in a virtual tour, and maybe Mike knows this. And we make this virtual tour by panning and zooming the photos you're putting in. And if you put it, it used to be called Dash, they would syndicate it out for you. And this virtual tour, it's a branded virtual tour. It's got a lot of lead capture opportunities in it. The cool thing about Dash also is that they will publish your virtual tour to your other competitor Realogy brand. So if you got Coldwell Banker in your neighborhood, if you've got Sotheby's in Phoenix, this virtual tour is going to go out alongside your listing. So if somebody's interested in your property from one of those sites, maybe Century 21, well, when this pops up, this is all lead capture for you, right? So definitely take advantage of that if you can. So you can also create postcards and door hangers. I do want to point out, just like that nearby homeowner letter, on the front, it says it's just listed and go to that website to find out about it. But on the back, it says that affected your home value, and go there to go find out about that, right? To go get your free home value. So you can get an ROI basically from print, right? Now, I will tell you this, if you're a blogger, yeah, we've got blog tools to help you capture leads. If you are on Craigslist, there's a lot of good reasons to get on Craigslist. And we create QR codes. I do want to point out, QR codes have become very popular since COVID. So I often hear this question from agents, hey, do you have QR code? And yes, we have QR codes. We create them automatically for your listings. But if there's one thing I can really stress upon you to remember in the future, is if you want buyers leads, QR codes are great. If your goal is to get seller leads, QR codes are not so great. They just, you want to, let me kind of try to explain this. This is a QR code here. automatically created, put on this page, and it's driving to a landing page that is designed to get you a buyer. It works really well to get buyers. But when you take somebody and drive them to a home valuation page on a smartphone, they just don't fill out the pages. It's just harder. It's a little bit harder to get the seller lead. So you always want to point somebody to a desktop. In this piece of paper, it's saying, go here. Now, would somebody go there on their phone? Maybe, but really the goal is to mail this into somebody's home. They open it, they walk inside, and then they start working through that. So let's see here. That's listing marketing. So now we've talked about landing pages. We've talked about our social media. We've talked about PDF guides. We've talked about listings. We have to talk about ads. And to talk about ads, I'm going to jump out of here because this is the office account and they're not really connected to run ads. So I don't want you to get offended. I'm going to log into a Keller Williams office over in the East Coast because they run a lot of ads. And I know that everything's turned on and I can show you what's going on. Okay. So each of you, when you go to your account, you'll come to this ads page and you should connect. There'll be two buttons. It won't look like what we're about to see here. There'll be two big buttons. One will say connect to your Facebook account and the other will say connect to your Google account. All right. And on Facebook, I would tell you this, if you're a new agent, and you know, yeah, sorry, Mike, I know. Let's see here, it's taking a little bit. There's a couple great things. I think this is a really, this is a good example, even though it's Keller Williams and we're not here to talk about them. These guys can show you what the power of Facebook. All right. This team has one goal, and that's to get buyer leads for their agents in North and South Carolina. All right. That's all they're doing. So all the things that I've shown you over there on the left-hand side, all of great tools, they completely ignore them. They just run ads on their listings with this page and they get leads and they give them to the agents, right? That's all they're doing. So on Facebook, you can create a listing ad on any listing that's in your account. And I mentioned earlier, but you may have forgotten, you can borrow a listing, assuming it's okay in your office, and then you can run an ad on it. You can create landing page ads. And we didn't actually go, oh yeah, we did talk about landing pages. And then you can create PDF guide ads. And so we've talked a lot about PDF guides, but here, when you're running an ad, well, I'll show you in a moment. Let's start with a listing ad. And here is a property that's just listed. And I'm going to just click create an ad. And remember when I talked about the profile very early in this call, and I said, don't require a phone number. This is going to require a phone number. So when we click publish, it's boom, it's going to go out. It's going to go out. It's going to look like this. Let's go over to Facebook real quickly and let's roll the dice on my crazy friends and what they're going to have on Facebook. So you see this middle column here? This is what's called the Facebook newsfeed. And right here, you can see there's a sponsored ad by a local company, right? Your ad that you're creating here is going to go right there, assuming you're within 15 miles of Greensboro, North Carolina. Okay. We have it as a $35 ad. It's going to run for 7 days. Typically, buyer leads cost around $3 a lead. The past 2 months, buyer leads have been costing closer to $1.50 a lead. I'm not exactly sure why. My guess is there are fewer realtors in the market today than there were 6 months ago. That's just yes.
We have a couple questions. Blair asked, how do we get our screen to show that screen you just had showing how many leads or how many ads, leads, views, cost, etc.?
Yes. When you come here and you run an ad, like I was just about to do, it will sit right here. And you'll have, and if you're running multiple ads, like these guys have run 255 ads, you're going to see, well, here's how many buyer leads I got. Here's how much the total I spent. These guys are spending around $100, $200 per ad per listing, and they run them about a week. One thing I want to point out, does that answer your question there? Is that any ad you run on Facebook, you're going to have a thumbnail and you can look at what's going on, right? You can go, oh, you know what? 1,700 people saw that ad. For some reason, I'm paying $8.33 per lead and I got 6 leads. Down here, 2,300 people saw that. That's reach. The leads cost $3.40 and I got 25 leads. Now you're going to know you're getting leads because we're emailing to you throughout the day, but that's what it's telling you. And what I want new agents to understand, I highly recommend Facebook ads because you can run a $25 ad, you can run a $50 ad. And if you're running ads for buyers, you know that you're going to get leads between $1.50 and $3 a lead, right? But the other important thing is like, I don't, I wanted to look, but I got distracted. I don't know how many agents are in the greater Phoenix area, but that's who you're competing with. And if you're a new agent, the only people who know that you are a new agent are your close friends and family, right? So how do you get your name? How do people know that you even have that you're a realtor? This is a very great way to let people know. I often tell brand new agents, you need to have a $200 a month ad budget for Facebook. That's the minimum that you should have if you're going to be in real estate. And that you should divide that into maybe 1 ad a week for $50 or 2 ads a week for $25 each. And if you spend $200 a month, you are going to capture between 50 and 150 leads. It will be different based on if you're doing buyer leads or seller leads. But your business pages are going to be seen between 5,000 and 15,000 times, right? So think of that. How are you going to let 15,000 people a month know that you're a realtor? There is no other way that I am aware of. Maybe a print advertising, but I don't even know if people even create print newsletters anymore. But certainly with Facebook, you're looking at it right here. This company has been a client of ours since Halloween, right? So the very last days of October, they've been running ads. Their business pages in North and South Carolina have been seen nearly 2 million times. You will probably not have that kind of budget, but you will get a good return. People are going to start to know what's going on and you're going to capture leads. So we talked about how to create an ad for a listing for buyers. If you have a property that's under contract or sold, that's going to be an ad that, let's just do a sold property right here. The call to actions, the language is pre-written to get you a listing lead, right? That home is sold. Your home's value is affected. Click here to get your free home value, right? It's a $50 lead, or I'm sorry, $50 ad for 7 days. Typically sold ads like this, the leads cost more than the buyer leads, like $6 to $7 each. So if you divide 7 into 50, I don't know, there's some number there, right? That's how many leads you're going to get, right? And I want to remind you, that's going to be sitting right here. So it's right in front of people as they're scrolling through on their phones or they're at work or whatever, or at home watching, TV and looking at Facebook. That's why these things work. Now, also, you can run landing page ads and you can create unlimited landing pages. But, for here, we've got one for Raleigh. This is a big town in their area. And so this is a Raleigh home value page. And you can run this kind of ad. I would highly caution you to run an ad like this in your market, okay? And if you've been in the business, and there's a couple people here who've been in the business for well above 10 years, you've seen these kinds of ads for years on Facebook. There are a lot of great companies that will sell you landing pages that you can run ads on Facebook, or they'll do it for you. But when you try to do this in Phoenix or any of the great towns around you, you are not going to be able to target very well. There's always a minimum 15-mile radius. And that's what makes these kinds of ads in your market pretty weak, pretty bad, and pretty weak, okay? It's very easy to do. Click publish, $50 max, cool. Are you gonna get high quality leads? Probably not. Now, I will tell you this. I am a big fan of Facebook. And if you go back, if you go to our past webinars and just go play all, let's go to play all. This may not be the right way to get here. About 8 months ago, I did, and so this is not the right way to get here. Let's see here. Sorry. About 8 months ago, I did a couple of classes on how to create a custom audience on. Hold on a second.
Everybody, this is this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. So on the videos page, if we go here and we go back to about 8 months ago, you will see, maybe it's 7 months, I can't remember, that I do this concept that says how to customize, how to get high quality listing leads from Facebook. The great thing about Facebook is you get low cost leads, pretty low cost leads. But the hard thing about Facebook is you can't target. So right here, it's actually been 9 months ago, the best way to get listings from Facebook and a new strategy to get high quality listings from Facebook. It's going to talk in detail about what I'm going to say very quickly. You can create a custom audience inside of our system, inside of your own Facebook account. You can go buy a list of homeowners in Chandler, for instance, and you can even say, hey, I want to buy a list of all homeowners that have 5 years equity. And then I'm going to upload it here as a custom audience, create audience right here. And it's going to live in your Facebook ad manager forever. You call it whatever you want to call it, right? Scottsdale homeowners, right? And then when you create a landing page, and you would upload it and do all that. When you create an ad for a landing page for Scottsdale, you're just targeting those homeowners, which you can now do because you have custom audience, right? So we can run listing ads, we can run landing page ads, we can also run PDF guide ads. I will tell you this though, especially on the seller side, for a long time, I was seeing these leads come in at $10 a lead. So let's do this one, divorce and real estate, right? I think the average length of homeownership is 7 years in the United States. And if somebody knows if there's a better number, let me know here. Let's see here. The average length of somebody asked, is there phone help? You can always go to the support page down here in the bottom left, and you can put your question right here in that box. Oh, sorry, I'm clicking too fast. You can put the message right there in the box, or you can call them, or you can tell them to call you. The number's here. Yeah. So anyway, what I was saying about the ads is when you're doing an ad and you're running it for a PDF guide, it's good. You're going to get name, email, and phone number. That's really the place to get name, email, and phone numbers is from Facebook. And it happens automatically. When somebody sees the ad and they click on it, their name, email, and phone number is pre-populated from their profile. So this is very different from you asking somebody to type in their name, email, and phone number. If you ask somebody to type in their name, email, and phone number on the internet, you're not likely going to be very successful. Okay. When you're doing something like this, all you need to do is to type in your favorite town, right? And you can expand the radius because this is not really, geographic. It's not talking about a particular town. It's a $50 ad, and anytime we're running an ad for sellers, it's $50, right? And that's because Facebook charges more. And typically they used to charge $10 per lead. So if you ran a $50 ad, you might get 5 leads, right? 10 into 50. But I have seen recently, and I don't know why, it almost feels like a glitch, that Facebook is charging like $30 a lead. Now that's $30 for a homeowner with name, email, and phone number. And for a lot of agents, that's a perfectly acceptable number, right? Because I don't know your average home price in your area, but let's just say it's $500,000. You can do the quick math and know what your commission is going to be. And it might be in your interest to spend $500 or $1,000 to get one listing because you know you're going to make I don't know, 3-4x on that investment. That's why some people are like, hey, I'm totally fine with a $30 lead, right? And so those are the ways with Facebook that you can capture either buyers or seller leads. Let's talk about the more important place to get seller leads, and that's Google. Okay. And so you do have to connect to your Google account. And this software has been in our platform for probably 6 months now. And for some reason, we already changed that. Okay. So there's create IDX ad, there's create a landing page ad, and there's create a PDF guide ad. I'm not going to focus on IDX first because it's way more complicated. But to get sellers, I think Google is one of the best places to get sellers. If you remember, I told you the best place to get a seller lead is from this piece of paper. That's because you have to mail it to a targeted list, right? And you know the target because you're putting it together and all this and that. But when you're running an ad and you want a lead, the leads from Facebook are cool. But let me tell you something about Facebook. The reason Facebook is so awesome is that what we do is Americans spend, 40 minutes every day looking at what their friends are doing, what they're eating, where they're traveling to, all kinds of wacky stuff. They're looking at pictures of their grandkids, you name it, right? The artists that they follow, it's all right here, right? And so people spend 40 minutes a day just going through this page, just scrolling through. And so if you say, hey, I got an open house, cool. If I'm looking, I might click on that open house. That's why it works so well. But if somebody has a question like, hey, where's the best restaurant in New York, or where's the best hotel in Miami, or what, what's the best mattress I should get, or how do I sell my home? They don't go ask that question on Facebook. 86% of all people ask that question on Google. Okay. Now, Google has its own ad platform and it's hideous. So these people here, they are paying for these words. If somebody puts in some subset of these words, they're paying for that in my market where I'm sitting right here. You might want to do some searches like that in your market and find out who is trying to dominate your market, right? And then you can say, okay, well, I want to play there. I want to have a landing page, or let's just say a PDF guide on, well, we looked at that one earlier, divorce and real estate. Let's just do 5 dangers of overpricing. Maybe there's a risk of that in your market, right? 5 dangers of overpricing. So that's what it's going to look like over here on Google. And you can type in where you want it to show up, right? And also, it's a $50. So what we're doing here is a $50 budget. Wow, our tech team is so fast. I sent this to them last night and they fixed it today. It's a $50 budget per day. And it's an ad that will last 7 days. Okay, so you can spend $350 here. But what you're going to get are leads from Google. And there's more details about this. If you click an advanced option, you'll see all the keywords we put in there. There's a lot of keywords that you're buying right now. This has to do with how Google works, right? All of this stuff we're doing automatically for you. We're making Google ads 2 clicks. If you want to look here, it says view link. This is the landing page where we're driving people to, right? And they got to give you information before they can download that. Now, we just moved this. We used to have this as a $10 a day budget, but I can tell you, I don't think there's any seller leads from Google that are priced at $10. And I just spoken to somebody in Dallas, and they were saying, yeah, our seller leads on Google cost $30 a lead. Now, you're welcome to change this budget. You could make it $10 a day. You probably won't get any leads. If you can find out from any local people in your market what seller leads cost, you can change that daily budget to that. And let's just say it was $20. Well, if you went to $20 a day, you would kind of imagine you'd get one seller lead per day, right? We're putting it at 50. You can change it. It's a 7-day ad. I would test it out. If you're in the business for getting listings, and if you've been in it for a while, you know Google's important. If you have not been in the industry for a while, you will find out that Google is important. We just make it incredibly easy for you to tackle it. If we want to do the nearby homeowner letter via mail, is there a mail merge type function in the system? You have to do it externally, Blair, but I will tell you this. We do have a partner, and they're in the page. If we go over to listings, and guys, if you have any questions, that's kind of the end of my story. If you have any questions, please let me know in the chat panel and I'll answer them right now. So here we have a sold property, and the nearby homeowner letter is here. We all kind of know that now. We do have a partnership with a company. It's not quite a partnership. It's not like we're getting a rev share or anything. But we found a company called Express Copy that you can download this and you can email it to Express Copy. So you would need that. I recommend this for one reason. They will fold them. They will print it. They'll fold it. They'll stuff it in an envelope and they'll mail it. And you can tell them, like, I want 100 or I want 200 pieces, but I also want it to go to this zip code. And I want them to have 5 or 10 or 7 years equity. This makes this kind of mailing very smart. It costs more than if you do it yourself. And a lot of our clients, I'll show you a guy over here in the mastermind group. A lot of our clients have been doing it themselves for years. We've been doing this for 13 years. I'd say for at least 10 clients have been downloading that, buying their own list, and doing it for years. This guy here, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm going to show you this. This guy here moved to Texas a couple summers ago. Boy, my thing here must be getting slow. And he moved from out of state with his wife and kids, right? And he comes in our group and says, hey, I got 5 listings in 3 months from your platform. And we're like, wow, that's awesome. What are you doing, right? And he gives you the recipe right here. His name is Chris Winstead. He says, yeah, I take your letter and I mail it every 2 weeks to my neighbors. Like, he moved into this nice neighborhood and he thought, oh, I love this neighborhood. I want to be the guy. I want to own this neighborhood. So he buys a list from a company called Remine, and he gets everybody that's owned their homes for 5 years more. And he mails that letter, the nearby homeowner letter, to everybody on that list every 2 months. Now, he was just borrowing listings from agents. He didn't have his own listings because he just moved from out of state, right? So he mails it every 2 months, and every once in a while, somebody would fill out that form. They'd go over there to get their free home value, right? And that's very different from a Facebook ad, right? Anybody can click on a Facebook ad, right? But who's going to take this piece of paper out of an envelope to their own computer and type that web address in, and then go over there and give us your address and give us, all the information so that you can get a free home value? Who's going to do that? Only somebody who is very interested in their home value, right? And so that's what Chris does. And then he says, once they do that, I hit them up every week with phone calls, bomb messages, letters left, letters via mail, and letters left at the door. You want to know what he's giving them from the letters left at the door? One of those 80 PDF guides I told you about, right? So he just puts in an envelope and he signs it. Hey, I was in the neighborhood. I want to make sure you're cool, right? That is how this guy moves from out of state and gets 5 listings in 3 months. Now, I will fast forward. He quickly became the top listing agent in his office, and then opened his own office last January. And the very first thing he does is creates a custom tutorial on YouTube to help agents to say, join me, because I'm going to help you customize listings to leads tools and get even more business. I would go find this guy. He's super smart. He definitely knows how to leverage our platform. And he's just growing like a rocket. So guys, that's kind of my story about listings to leads. I do want to recommend that you find our YouTube channel. If you're a new agent, invest some time to learn how to leverage our platform. There is not a better real estate marketing system in the country right now. There just isn't. There's a lot of well-funded ones and ones you've heard of, but there are so many tools in our system that if you just start using them, they are going to capture leads. And you can capture either buyer or seller leads. And you can do it whether you have your own listings or you don't. So you got lead gen webinars, join us on live calls, get in our mastermind group, get on our YouTube channel. Are there any questions for me right now? Well, I don't see any. I will tell you this call is being recorded. I'll send it to Robert, and everybody have a great spring and summer, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Vince.
Okay, thank you. Bye, everybody.